Hi, this is Bob Papa, voice of the New York Football Giants, and this is the Big Blue UK and Ireland podcast.
Welcome back, Giants fans, to the tail end of this new series, and please welcome my guest for this episode, the host of this year's International Series game, part of Big Blue Germany. It's Emil. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. So this is a new series we're doing. Fans, content creators, ex-players, Giants super fans, and now Big Blue Germany are part of it. Five-ish questions and then a quick fire sort of round of predictions at the end. So the easiest one to start with is why the Giants?
It's a hard question, obvious. But I started watching football only Super Bowls, and it was 2011, the last Super Bowl, and friends and I are watching it, and a lot of them were like, "Oh, Patriots were doing it," and just like, "I think the Giants will do it just pure fun because I had no football knowledge at all, and that's the start of a long love story since."
And
Yeah.
how have you been able to see them live? Did you come
Uh,
over for London or?
no, last time they were in London, it was hard for me because I was on holidays and my better half didn't allow it to travel again. So this year, Munich is the first time seeing them live.
And you've got tickets?
Yeah, we've got ticket. Everybody in Big Blue Germany got ticket. We were a whole group just buying tickets, selling them for original prices so that everybody can enjoy Giants football.
Let's just talk about the Munich game. It's the third year now that we've had the NFL in Germany. Um, how how nice is it to have your team coming over?
Eh, you can't describe it. It's awesome. Last year it was really good to see the Giants in London and everybody was hyped to travel like a couple of hours to London, but now to see them in Germany, it's you could never imagine it because right now the Giants aren't the sexiest team at all, and to bring the NFL to bring the Giants to Germany wasn't an easy decision in my point of view. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, and obviously it's two of the lesser franchises in the terms of
Yeah.
quality at the moment. Do you think that detracts from the game? Do you think that that takes away from the excitement, or do you think that it allows both teams to feel like they could win?
Yeah, I think the last one because right now it's an open competition. Of, not for me because I think the Giants will win, but for everyone around the world, it's like, oh yeah, the bottom five teams play against each other. It could be fun because they are going all out, and so I think it's a neutral background to see the game, and everybody should watch it with fun. Yeah.
And obviously, we've got 2 months until it happens. I'm assuming that for that weekend, Munich is going to be just bouncing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from Friday to Sunday, everything will be around the NFL. Munich will be blue, not because the Giants, but also the Panthers are blue. So everything in Munich will be football at all, and you can watch football everywhere. So it's will be a big football party.
And maybe for people who have no idea what the Allianz is like, I mean, that's an impressive stadium to
Yes.
to look at. Have you been there at all?
Yeah, once I've been there, it's one of the biggest stadium in Germany. It's huge, it's modern, it's everything you want from a modern stadium, and it's you can sit everywhere in the stadium and watch the field fine, so it's perfect.
Awesome. Right. Let's move on. Otherwise, we'll just talk about Munich for the whole 20 minutes. So, last season was difficult. I think that's an easy way to put it.
Yeah, that's nice.
How would you sum it up?
Difficult is definitely a good answer. I would say for me, the expectations were a little bit higher because 2020 or playoffs, everything was really fine. And it was like week 3, everything was like, okay, we got a top 3 pick. Everything is like shit. So it's damn it. So, but in the end, it was like, oh, okay, we got some nice storylines. Tommy DeVito was funny, and yeah, it's a high pick, and at the end, it's only love because we got Malik Neighbors, so that's okay.
It's funny, isn't it? Because the NFL has like this complex where you want to be good, but if you're middle of the pack, you almost want to be bad because you can get the better players. And it's such a strange dynamic.
Yeah, you don't want to piece some of the 7, 8 win teams, at least 10 or like 4 or 5. That's maximum. So you want to pick a really good player, not someone like, oh yeah, he could be fine, but who knows?
Yeah. So in the off season, the Giants did Hard Knocks. It was amazingly difficult for us to get hold of it. Were you able to watch it?
Nah, in Germany, till today, you can't legally watch it, so we need to improvise.
Yep. And the same with
But
us.
it's hard. It's hard because nobody knows if it comes to Germany. When it comes, it's like a total unknown. So that's the sad part.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing, like us, it's you were able to see the bits on social media, and that gave you an idea, but it's not enough, is it?
Yeah, it's you saw some pieces and was like, oh, I would love it to watch it. So to not see the insights, it would be hard to
Mm.
skip it.
And then obviously moving on from there, we've had the preseason, so three games done. Offensively, underwhelming.
Yeah.
It's difficult because it's preseason, but it didn't excite. How much do you pay attention to preseason?
Not much. I mean, I like to watch the rookies and some third string guys, and only watching Manik Neighbors like get 2 or 3 yard separations, that was fine. That was everything I wanted to see. Of course, everybody would like to see some Daniel Jones action where he can throw a 60-yard bomb and will be excited, but you saw it, he was rusty and a little bit shaky. So hopefully, week 1, he's fully prepared to go all in. So I am not disappointed in preseason football at all.
And what was there anyone that stood out? Obviously, we had Elijah Chapman
Yeah, that's a
play
big story.
very well. An undrafted rookie free agent, Jake Kubas as well made the roster as an undrafted rookie free agent. That's the kind of key to preseason, isn't it? Because these players probably don't make the team without those games.
Yeah, everybody would like to have some Victor Cruz-like stories each preseason, but that's not gonna happen. For me, it's like I watch these guys, and especially Eric Ray, for example. It was like he's gonna be in the team running back 2 most likely, and he proved it. He had a really nice game. I watched Tyler Nubin because I liked it in college a lot, so I saw promising snaps from him. And of course, Malik Neighbors was my highlight. I wanted to see some highlight reels from him. Saw some, and I was fine with everything.
Yeah, the one catch against the Texans, where he kind of went right up to get it,
Yeah,
drag the toes. It's like, okay, cool. We know what we've got here. We'll wait
yeah,
until week 1.
yeah. That's
Um,
it.
So we can talk about Neighbours, and we can talk about Brian Burns being the big acquisitions and the big pickups from this off-season. Outside of those two, who makes the biggest impact this season from
Oh,
the
it's
new
that's
players?
I wouldn't say one particular player. I would say every O-line addition makes the most impact because last year it was horrendous watching the offense play, especially the O-line, expect Andrew Thomas, of course.
Mhm.
And now hopefully see some improvement. That's everything I want to see in my O-line. I don't want to be the last ranked O-line. I would be fine if we just somewhere in the middle. That would be a huge upgrade. So every O-line player who plays at least decent is just awesome.
It's funny that as Giants fans, we've been so accustomed to rubbish O-line play
Yeah.
that all we want is average. We don't want
Yeah.
good. We don't want amazing. Just middle of the pack, protect the quarterback, enough for him to make plays.
Yeah. Enough is a good point. Just like and the development is something I would like to have also, but yeah, John Michael Schmitz is someone I would look forward to at least be a decent center. And okay, Evany is just like okay, please don't be a total bust, just be a good swing tackle at all. No.
What are your thoughts on the Evan Neal guard kind of conversations that happen?
It's hard for me because I watched him in college and thought, oh my god, that's our right tackle for the next 10 years. And was completely heartbroken the last 2 years. So I at least would hope that try to move in a guard, just look at the training camp and see if he does well or not, because sometimes people don't fit at guard, and I would
Mm.
completely fine with it. But to not even try it, I was a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I think so. And with a new coach in Carmen Brasillo, there's always going to be scope for different positions to be tried and different. But it's a different mentality now. So
Mm.
it's strange they didn't at least explore it, but the injury wouldn't have helped.
Yeah, the injury was not good at all, but Evan Neal not good at all. So it doesn't matter. So hopefully we got a decent right tackle. So
Yeah, and it was almost a blessing in disguise because Illuminor then moved out there quicker and isn't going to lose that job by the look of things.
nah, he looks good. Every snap he took in preseason was at least solid. He doesn't got a huge flake on it. So I was impressed with how he played for a Giants right tackle. So I'm all in.
And then we'll do the prediction at the end, but what's the expectation for this season?
It's difficult because defense-wise, I will have high expectations because I think our front is like at least top 5. I mean, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns. I don't need to name them. They are almost everybody is elite. I
Mm.
think Thibodeau will make the next step. Brian Burns will help with this. So defense-wise, I think we got a high floor, but offense, it's for me, it's everything's Daniel Jones. Now we got it. Hopefully, a decent offensive line. Malik Neighbors is the first real receiver number one we've got. So it's it's hard to name it, but I got a little bit of hope that we can overachieve because everybody
Mm.
thinks, yeah, Giants are a lock top 5 pick, and in my heart I would say, watch the Giants. So I hope it.
Mm. Mm. So you mentioned Daniel Jones there. We're going to go on to the predictions, and we have MVP on offense. Who by the end of the season will have to be the MVP on offense? Is it Daniel Jones?
No, I can't say Daniel Jones because Obviously, for me, the answer will be Andrew Thomas is the MVP because he is by far right now the best player on the offense.
Mhm.
If I need to go fancy, I would say my league neighbors because he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. He got like 1,300,000 yards and everything. So he could be MVP, but the boring answer needs to be Andrew Thomas.
That's a fine answer. He won it last year in our polls. So in our giant awards, Andrew Thomas won it last year. So it's a valid answer. How about defense?
Defense is kind of tricky because obviously I like all three on front. I'm a huge Tay Banks fan, so I hope for big improvements. So in my heart, it's Tay Banks, but I think I go with Brian Burns.
Yeah. I think it will be a closer battle this year than the unanimous Dexter Lawrence that it was
Yeah.
last year. What about go on? What about surprise package? So the player who under the radar.
It's I would say Tyron Tracy because I could imagine a scenario where Eric Gray didn't turn out to be a decent running back too, and Tyron Tracy, he's a really good receiving back. He runs well. Maybe motor is hurt somewhere, and I think he's a good candidate for be a good running back two, or in the end a running back one if something happens. So I go with Tyron Tracy.
He's such an enigma. He's so like there's anything could happen with him. His missed tackle rate is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like if that translates from college to the pro game, he could be incredible.
Yeah.
And then the last one, team record. What are we going for?
It's the hardest question right now. For a couple of weeks, I would say we go like 6 or 7 wins. Now I'm a little bit more optimistic. I guess I say we go 8 wins, 9 losses. So that's
think that,
my expectation right now.
and that's very close to I think the average. We did ours last week, and I said 7 and 10. So I think around that number is probably the average of what most Giants fans would be happy with for now. I think we'd
Yeah,
want
I think
more.
our floor is yeah, of course, but I think our floor is somewhere around 6 games like last year, but it needs to be better now. Everything is better except, okay, Saquon was a little bit better than Singletary, but okay, who knows? But 8 wins is I would cheer for 8 wins and will be completely happy.
Awesome. So that's all the questions done. So Emil, thank you so much for joining us. Just for all of our listeners and watchers, where can they find you and Big Blue Germany?
You can find Big Blue Germany on every social media platform, Twitter or X, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. We're working to be extremely present on social media. That's our main platform. So just follow us there. We will post everything we know. And if it comes nearer to Munich, we know what's going to happen in Munich. So stay updated.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we'll link all of the socials in the description down below. We cannot wait for Munich. We cannot wait to hang out with you guys, drink, obviously. And
Some good German beers.
Yes, good German beers, and hopefully enjoy a win as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So, viewers and listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. Follow the Big Blue Germany guys. Make sure that you check out their socials in the description down below. But until next time, let's go Giants.
Let's go Giants.